I stand before you today to share a powerful lesson, one that has shaped my life in ways I could have never anticipated. It's a piece of advice, simple yet profound, that has been a guiding light through the darkest of days and a source of strength during moments of doubt. The idea of fearing not trying more than failing is a powerful mindset shift that has the potential to transform the way we approach challenges in life. Many of us are conditioned from a young age to view failure as a negative outcome, a sign of weakness or incompetence. This conditioning can lead us to avoid risks, stay within our comfort zones, and pass up opportunities that carry the slightest chance of failure. Yet in avoiding these risks, we also avoid growth, learning, and the possibility of achieving something truly extraordinary. When we fear failure, we often allow it to dictate our decisions. We become paralyzed by the thought of making mistakes or being judged by others. This fear creates barriers to pursuing our dreams and goals, often leading to regret over time. Imagine looking back on your life and realizing not what you failed at, but what you never even tried. That regret can be far more painful than any temporary setback or misstep. The truth is, failure itself is rarely as devastating as we imagine it to be. In most cases, we recover from it, learn from it, and come out stronger. However, the regret of not trying can linger indefinitely because it is rooted in the unknown, the what ifs that haunt us. Embracing the mindset of valuing effort over outcome requires a fundamental redefinition of what failure means. Failure should not be seen as a permanent label, but as a stepping stone to growth and achievement. Every successful person has faced failures at some point. The difference lies in their willingness to try, to take risks, and to see failure as part of the process. For example, many entrepreneurs, inventors, and artists have stories of rejection, mistakes, and setbacks that eventually led them to success. These individuals did not let the fear of failure prevent them from pursuing their goals. Instead, they focused on the act of trying, knowing that failure was a possibility, but that the rewards of persistence could outweigh the risks. Moreover, when we focus too much on avoiding failure, we inadvertently limit ourselves. We may stick to paths that feel safe and predictable, but this often leads to stagnation. Growth happens outside of the comfort zone, in the space where uncertainty and risk reside. By taking action, even when the outcome is unclear, we open ourselves up to experiences that can teach us more than we ever imagined. The process of trying itself is valuable because it builds resilience, creativity, and confidence. It teaches us to navigate challenges, adapt to changing circumstances, and develop problem-solving skills that we wouldn't otherwise acquire. A major obstacle to adopting this mindset is the fear of judgment. Many of us worry about what others will think if we fail. This concern can be paralyzing, but it's important to remember that most people are far more focused on their own lives than on ours. Even if someone does criticize or judge us, their opinions do not define our worth. Our value lies not in the approval of others, but in our willingness to grow and strive for what matters to us. By prioritizing our own goals and values over the fear of external judgment, we can free ourselves to take meaningful risks. Another key element of this mindset shift is self-compassion. When we try and fail, it's easy to be harsh on ourselves, thinking we are inadequate or incapable. However, self-compassion allows us to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, recognizing that failure is a universal part of being human. It's through this lens of self-compassion that we can truly appreciate the courage it takes to try in the first place. Ultimately, fearing not trying more than failing is about living fully and authentically. It's about giving yourself permission to take risks, pursue your passions, and embrace the uncertainty of life. The act of trying is inherently brave, and even if it doesn't lead to the desired outcome, it enriches your life with experience, growth, and a deeper understanding of yourself. In the end, it's not about whether you succeed or fail. It's about the journey and the effort you put into creating a life that reflects your true potential. Failure, though often feared and avoided, holds immense value as a teacher and catalyst for personal growth. It is an inevitable part of life, and embracing it can lead to profound transformations in the way we think, act, and approach challenges. Yet many of us are conditioned to see failure as a sign of weakness or incompetence, rather than recognizing its potential to shape and improve us. The truth is, growth through failure is not only possible, but often necessary. Each failure carries lessons that can guide us toward becoming stronger, more resilient, and more capable individuals. When we experience failure, it forces us to confront our limitations and examine our decisions. This process of self-reflection is critical for growth. Failure compels us to ask important questions. What went wrong? What could I have done differently? How can I improve? These questions lead us to deeper self-awareness and understanding, which are essential for personal development. Without failure, we might never take the time to analyze our actions or identify areas where we can grow. Success, while rewarding, often reinforces existing habits and behaviors. Failure, on the other hand, challenges us to evolve. One of the greatest lessons failure teaches us is resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable. The ability to recover from failure and keep moving forward is a skill that can only be developed through experience. Resilience is not something we are born with. It is something we cultivate by facing challenges head-on and learning to adapt. Each time we fail and choose to try again, we build our capacity to handle adversity. This resilience not only helps us achieve our goals, but also equips us to navigate the complexities of life with greater confidence and composure. Failure also fosters creativity and innovation. When we encounter obstacles or setbacks, we are often forced to think outside the box and explore new approaches. Many of the world's greatest breakthroughs and inventions were born from failure. Thomas Edison, for instance, famously failed thousands of times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Each failure was a stepping stone that brought him closer to his goal. The willingness to embrace failure and learn from it allowed him to refine his ideas and ultimately succeed. This principle applies not only to scientific discovery, but to all areas of life, from relationships to careers. Failure encourages us to experiment, take risks, and push the boundaries of what we thought was possible. Another important aspect of growth through failure is the development of humility. Failure reminds us that we are not perfect and that we have room to grow. This humility is crucial for building meaningful connections with others and fostering a sense of empathy. When we acknowledge our own failures, we become more understanding and supportive of others as they navigate their own challenges. This shared humanity creates stronger, more authentic relationships and helps us build a sense of community. It is important to recognize that failure does not define us. What defines us is how we respond to it. Do we let it discourage us and hold us back, or do we use it as a motivator to improve and try again? Our response to failure shapes our character and determines the trajectory of our lives. By viewing failure as a learning opportunity rather than a defeat, we empower ourselves to keep striving for growth and success. A key to embracing failure as a teacher is to reframe our mindset. Instead of viewing failure as a negative outcome, we can see it as a necessary step on the path to success. This shift in perspective allows us to approach challenges with curiosity and openness rather than fear and hesitation. It also helps us develop patience and persistence, as we understand that progress is often a result of trial and error. Ultimately, failure is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced. It is a natural and valuable part of life that helps us grow, adapt, and reach our full potential. Each failure we encounter is an opportunity to learn, to strengthen our resilience, and to become more creative and resourceful. When we accept this truth, we free ourselves from the fear of making mistakes and open the door to endless possibilities for growth and achievement. Failure, when embraced, becomes one of the most powerful tools for personal and professional development. Shifting our mindset to embrace risks and challenges is a profound change that can unlock our potential and open the door to countless opportunities. Often, the fear of the unknown keeps us rooted in our comfort zones, where safety and predictability dominate. While this might feel secure, it also prevents us from growing, learning, and achieving greater heights. Embracing a mindset that welcomes challenges and uncertainties is not easy, but it is transformative. One of the most significant reasons people resist taking risks is fear. fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of being judged. This fear can be paralyzing, convincing us to settle for what is safe rather than reaching for what we truly want. However, fear is often an illusion magnified by our imaginations. Most of the risks we shy away from are not life-threatening or insurmountable. They are opportunities for growth disguised as obstacles. When we shift our mindset, we learn to see fear as a signal, not to stop, but to proceed with courage. Challenges and risks are often uncomfortable, but discomfort is where growth begins. When we step outside of our comfort zones, we force ourselves to adapt, think creatively, and develop new skills. For example, learning a new skill, starting a business, or pursuing a bold career move may seem daunting, but the lessons and growth that come from these experiences far outweigh the temporary discomfort. Every time we face a challenge, we expand our capabilities and prove to ourselves that we are stronger and more resourceful than we thought. This mindset shift also requires us to redefine failure. Instead of seeing failure as the end, we must view it as part of the process. Each risk we take, whether it succeeds or fails, provides valuable feedback. Failure teaches us what doesn't work, helping us refine our approach and make better decisions in the future. For instance, an entrepreneur who launches a product that doesn't succeed may learn critical lessons about market demands, customer behavior, or their own business model. This knowledge is essential for eventual success. By reframing failure as a stepping stone rather than a dead end, we reduce its power to discourage us. A key element of embracing risks and challenges is developing a growth-oriented mindset. People with a growth mindset believe that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort and learning. They see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than threats to their abilities. This perspective encourages perseverance, curiosity, and resilience. Instead of avoiding difficult tasks or situations, individuals with a growth mindset actively seek them out, knowing that the struggle itself is what leads to improvement. Taking risks also fosters self-confidence. Each time we confront a challenge or take a leap of faith, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of handling uncertainty, even if the outcome isn't what we hope for. The very act of trying builds courage and self-belief. Over time, this confidence becomes a foundation for taking on even greater challenges. Confidence, like a muscle, grows with use, and the more risks we take, the stronger it becomes. Another powerful benefit of embracing risks and challenges is the discovery of new opportunities. Often, the greatest opportunities lie just beyond our comfort zones. By taking a chance and venturing into the unknown, we expose ourselves to possibilities we might never have encountered otherwise. For example, someone who takes the risk of networking at an unfamiliar event might meet a future mentor, collaborator, or employer. Someone who travels to a new place might discover a passion or perspective that changes their life. These opportunities are only available to those willing to take the first step into uncertainty. Embracing risks and challenges also enhances our ability to adapt to change. The world is constantly evolving, and the ability to navigate uncertainty is an essential skill. When we regularly push ourselves to face challenges, we develop the mental flexibility to adapt to new circumstances and thrive in unpredictable situations. This adaptability is invaluable in both personal and professional settings, where change is inevitable. Ultimately, the willingness to embrace risks and challenges is about living a fuller, richer life. It's about pursuing our dreams, exploring our potential, and experiencing the breadth of what life has to offer. While the journey may be difficult at times, the rewards, personal growth, resilience, confidence, and opportunities make it worthwhile. Shifting our mindset to welcome challenges is not just about achieving success. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves and living without the regret of wondering, what if? Self-compassion is an essential part of personal growth, especially when it comes to navigating failure and challenges. It is the practice of treating yourself with kindness and understanding rather than harsh criticism when things don't go as planned. For many people, self-compassion is one of the hardest habits to cultivate. We tend to be our own worst critics, holding ourselves to impossibly high standards and berating ourselves for any perceived shortcomings. However, learning to be compassionate toward ourselves can transform the way we approach setbacks and open the door to resilience, growth, and inner peace. At its core, self-compassion involves acknowledging that everyone makes mistakes, faces challenges, and encounters failure. It is a recognition of our shared humanity. Too often, when we fail or struggle, we feel isolated, as though we are the only ones experiencing difficulties. This isolation can lead to feelings of inadequacy and shame. Self-compassion reminds us that imperfection is part of being human. It allows us to see our struggles not as personal deficiencies, but as a natural part of life. Practicing self-compassion also helps us reframe failure. Instead of seeing it as a reflection of our worth or ability, we begin to view it as a learning opportunity. When we approach ourselves with kindness, we create a safe mental space to evaluate what went wrong without fear or self-judgment. This makes it easier to analyze mistakes objectively, identify areas for improvement, and move forward with a clear plan. Without self-compassion, we risk becoming stuck in cycles of self-doubt and regret, which prevent us from growing and trying again. Self-compassion does not mean making excuses or avoiding responsibility. On the contrary, it encourages accountability without self-punishment. It involves acknowledging our mistakes honestly while understanding that they do not define us. This balance allows us to take responsibility for our actions without falling into the trap of self-blame or negativity. For example, if you miss an important deadline at work, self-compassion might involve admitting that you mismanaged your time, while also recognizing that it doesn't mean you're a failure. Instead of spiraling into self-criticism, you could focus on finding ways to manage your schedule more effectively in the future. Another crucial aspect of self-compassion is the ability to speak to yourself as you would a close friend. Imagine a friend came to you upset about a mistake they made or a challenge they were facing. Would you criticize them harshly or belittle their efforts? Likely not. You would offer words of encouragement, understanding, and support. Yet, when it comes to ourselves, we often do the opposite. We magnify our flaws, dwell on our mistakes, and use language that we would never direct at someone we care about. Learning to be a friend to yourself is a powerful way to build self-compassion. It involves replacing negative self-talk with affirming, constructive messages that motivate rather than tear down. Self-compassion also plays a critical role in reducing stress and anxiety. When we are harsh on ourselves, we activate our body's stress response, which can lead to feelings of overwhelm and burnout. On the other hand, treating ourselves with compassion helps to calm the mind and body. It fosters a sense of safety and balance, allowing us to approach challenges with greater clarity and focus. This shift not only improves our mental health, but also enhances our ability to perform and solve problems effectively. In addition to benefiting our relationship with ourselves, self-compassion positively impacts our relationships with others. When we are compassionate toward ourselves, we are more likely to extend that compassion to those around us. We become more patient, empathetic, and understanding. Furthermore, self-compassion allows us to set healthy boundaries and prioritize our well-being. When we value ourselves and treat ourselves kindly, we are less likely to tolerate toxic relationships or situations that undermine our self-worth. Cultivating self-compassion is a practice that requires intentionality and patience. It may involve mindfulness exercises, journaling, or simply pausing to reflect on how you speak to yourself. Over time, these small actions can lead to profound changes in how you view yourself and your experiences. The beauty of self-compassion is that it doesn't erase challenges or failures. It transforms how we navigate them. It empowers us to rise above setbacks with resilience and grace, knowing that our worth is not tied to our successes or failures, but inherent in who we are. In the end, self-compassion is a gift we give ourselves, a way to embrace our humanity and recognize that we are deserving of kindness, no matter our imperfections. It is a practice that allows us to grow, heal, and thrive in the face of life's inevitable challenges. By treating ourselves with the same care and understanding we offer to others, we create the foundation for a more fulfilling and balanced life. Perseverance is one of the most vital qualities a person can develop. It is the ability to keep moving forward despite challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. Life is rarely a straight path, and achieving meaningful goals often requires resilience and determination. Without perseverance, It is easy to give up when faced with difficulties, but those who persist through adversity often achieve greater growth and success than they initially imagined. Opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow. Each obstacle becomes a stepping stone, teaching us valuable lessons that strengthen our ability to failure. One of the most important aspects of perseverance is consistency. Big achievements are rarely the result of a single effort. They are the cumulative outcome of many small, consistent actions over time. Whether it's training for a marathon, learning a new skill, or building a business, success requires showing up every day, even when it feels difficult or progress seems slow. Perseverance teaches us that consistency is more important than perfection. It reminds us that even small steps taken repeatedly can lead to significant progress over time. Another key element of perseverance is the ability to adapt. As we work toward our goals, we may find that our original plans need to be adjusted. Perseverance doesn't mean stubbornly sticking to a plan that isn't working. It means being flexible and creative in finding new solutions. This adaptability ensures that we remain committed to our ultimate goal while remaining open to changing our approach. For example, an aspiring entrepreneur might encounter challenges in launching a business. Instead of abandoning their vision, they might pivot their strategy, refine their product, or seek new partnerships. Perseverance allows them to stay focused on their goal while navigating the realities of the journey. Perseverance is also deeply connected to self-belief. It's difficult to keep going if you don't believe in your ability to succeed. People who persevere often cultivate a strong sense of self-efficacy, the belief that their efforts can make a difference. This belief fuels their motivation and keeps them moving forward even when the path is uncertain. Importantly, self-belief doesn't mean arrogance or overconfidence. It's about trusting in your capacity to learn, grow, and overcome challenges. While perseverance is a personal quality, it is often supported by external factors. A strong support system of friends, family, mentors, or colleagues can provide encouragement during tough times. Sometimes just knowing that someone believes in you can make all the difference in staying committed to a goal. Surrounding yourself with people who inspire and motivate you can reinforce your determination and remind you why you started in the first place. Perseverance also requires maintaining a clear sense of purpose. When we have a strong why behind our goals, it becomes easier to push through difficulties. Purpose gives us direction and reminds us of the bigger picture, helping us stay motivated even when progress feels slow. For instance, a student pursuing a challenging degree might stay motivated by focusing on their ultimate goal of making a difference in their field. Their purpose provides the fuel they need to persevere through late nights, demanding assignments, and moments of doubt. In moments of struggle, it's helpful to reflect on past successes that resulted from perseverance. Remembering times when you overcame challenges can provide reassurance that you have the strength to do it again. Each experience of perseverance builds confidence, creating a positive cycle of resilience and determination. Over time, this habit of perseverance becomes a defining characteristic, shaping not only what you achieve, but also the person you become. Ultimately, perseverance is about refusing to let temporary setbacks define your journey. It's about finding the courage to keep going even when the odds seem stacked against you. It's a commitment to growth, resilience, and self-belief, knowing that every step forward brings you closer to your goals. Perseverance transforms challenges into opportunities and dreams into reality, proving that the greatest successes often come to those who simply refuse to give up. Gratitude is a transformative mindset that has the power to change how we view the world and approach life's challenges. It is the practice of recognizing and appreciating the good things in our lives, no matter how small they may seem. Often we focus on what we lack or what is going wrong, which can lead to feelings of frustration, stress, or dissatisfaction. Gratitude shifts this focus, encouraging us to celebrate the positives, even in difficult circumstances. By embracing gratitude, we cultivate a sense of fulfillment and perspective that improves our mental and emotional well-being. One of the most profound effects of gratitude is its ability to reframe our mindset. Life is filled with ups and downs, and it's easy to get caught up in the negatives. However, when we actively practice gratitude, we begin to notice the blessings we might otherwise overlook. This shift doesn't ignore life's challenges, but allows us to balance them with an awareness of what is still good. For example, even on a stressful day, we can feel grateful for supportive relationships, a warm meal, or a moment of peace. Gratitude reminds us that no matter how difficult life gets, there are always aspects worth appreciating. Gratitude also strengthens relationships. Expressing gratitude to the people in our lives fosters connection and deepens bonds. Whether it's thanking a friend for their support, acknowledging a coworker's help, or simply appreciating the presence of a loved one, these acts of recognition create a positive cycle of kindness and generosity. When we show gratitude, we not only uplift others, but also strengthen the foundation of trust and goodwill in our relationships. On an individual level, gratitude has powerful mental health benefits. Studies have shown that regularly practicing gratitude can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety while increasing overall happiness and life satisfaction. It shifts our focus from what's wrong to what's right, reducing the mental weight of stress and negative emotions. Gratitude also fosters resilience, helping us navigate challenges with a greater sense of optimism and hope. Practicing gratitude doesn't require grand gestures. It's often found in the simplest acts. Keeping a gratitude journal, reflecting on daily positives, or taking a moment to appreciate nature are all ways to incorporate gratitude into our lives. Over time, this practice creates a mindset of abundance and contentment, helping us find joy even in life's smallest moments. Gratitude ultimately is a choice, a way of seeing life that unlocks peace, happiness, and a deeper connection to the world around us.